Hello students, this is Professor Rahul. As a part of self-study, we are going for this 10th experiment. The basic agenda of this program is to add the database or add the entries into the database in sequential manner to emulate like its sequential file organization. So it should be developed in Python. So I have written this code which will add the records to emulate the sequential file organization. So let's try to understand this experiment. The, ba the basic thing is that we are supposed to import OS library. So OS library indicates that if I want to communicate with OS related things like in this program, we are supposed to access the file organization systems, right? So for that purpose, we are importing OS library over here. Then I have written class employee. Now you are very much aware about the class, and within this I have written one special function, that is underscore two times at the end as well as at the start of this init keyword, right? So it indicates, or it is similar as that of constructor, guys. So the basic agenda of this function, special function, this constructor, is to initialize the variables. So here in this constructor we are supposed to initialize name, employee ID and salary attributes. Now I have written also a self. So self indicates like whenever we are going to create any object, to refer that object, self variable will be there. So whatever the values of name, employee ID and salary will be there, that will be initialized to the current object. That is init function over here in Python, right? And then I have written one more function within that, that is str function. Now again, as per the Python syntaxes, I have written the underscore at the start as well as at the end of this str function. Now this function indicates that we are supposed to go for like string functions. Here the one letter is there, f, which helps us to format all the string variable values. Okay, now of course, now self, whatever the explanation was there for initialization function, same will be there for this function as well. So whatever the current object will be there, to that current object the values name and salary will be referred. Now here I have given the database file name. Here I have gone for employees.db. So as per your convenience, as per your requirement, you can change the name, right? Then, so if not, like here os.path.exist db file name means, now wherever your program is stored, at that path, whether your database file is existing or not, that will be checked by this code. Okay, so if there is no existence of file, automatically, because of your OS library, your file will be created, your database file will be created. But if it's already there, then same file will be used for further operations. Okay, that is the meaning of this first statement. And later on, now these are different functions in file organizations. Like open means the file will be opened. Then here db file name means whatever your file name will be there, using that file name your file will be opened. But here you can observe that there is one more parameter, and it's been written as w. Now there are the different file handling modes. Like w indicates to write, a indicates append, r indicates read. Okay, now here this file will be opened in write mode, and after going for the operations, then it will be closed. Now one by one there are few functions for writing the records or reading the records or searching the records. So this function is there to addition of the records in the form of employees. Now this function indicates how we can write the things. Now here I have written with keyword. Now why with keyword is important over here? Because whenever we just go for simple operations like open, right? Means we are supposed to open the file, but later on, to prevent appropriate changes, we are supposed to close that file as well, right? So if I use with keyword, it means that we can open the file, and using with keyword, automatically it will call built-in methods that enter and exit. So enter indicates we can go for the further operations into that file, and exit indicates once the operations are done, your file will be closed down. So separately, we are not we can it's not mandatory to use now uh, close inbuilt operation or close inbuilt function to close the file. If you are written with, then it's enough. Means whatever the operations are there, say operations will be performed and automatically your file will get closed. Okay. Now with open db file name a indicates append, right? So whatever the records are there, your records, new records will be added at the end of existing records. That is the meaning of this overall function. So now you know that write is an again inbuilt function, and whatever your records are there, records will be added. Later on, the next function is to retrieve or fetch all the employee records from your database. So here I have gone for one array employees. Within that you can write down your details. Now again I have used with, right? Now the file will be opened into read mode, because we just wanted to fetch the data, right? We are not supposed to write it. That's why it's in R mode. R indicates read. So your file will be opened for the read mode, and here you can observe that I am trying to fetch the data. How I am trying to fetch the data? Whatever the records are there, I'm going to use this function. Now strip function indicates that strip always will be used with split function. Now split, what it will do, your records will be separated by comma. So you can observe that here what I'm doing, I'm adding the records separated by comma, right? So every record will be added into the database separated by comma, and such records will be stripped with comma. So every value which is separated by comma will be stripped down, and then it will be stored into name, employee ID and salary. Okay. Then later on, whatever the data will be there, same will be added over here, and then it will be returned, means from whatever the module we are getting called, that data will be returned to at specific location. Then search means whether the specific record is available into the database or not. For that purpose this function will be there. Now again over here we are not supposed to write anything, right? That's why again file is opened in R mode, read mode. Now here whatever the records will be there, that those records will be separated by commas, and now here EID will be matched with employee ID. So EID indicates like whatever the value is you are going to provide at the runtime, whether that value is available into the records or not, that will be checked. If it is, then it will return the whole record, name, EID, salary. But in case if there is no such records, it won't return anything, right? So these are the explanation for every function into the class. Now actual logic will be worked over here. It will call add employee function. While calling that, we are passing the data. So whenever the constructor was there, observe over here, this is your constructor, right? So whatever the values will be passed, same values will be stored into the database. Okay. So actually these are my students, Shritika Chandra, Om Yadav, Himanshi. So as per their names, I have gone for employee ID and appropriate salaries. So we do assume this is the data to be entered into the database. So as per your convenience, you can execute this program at runtime, or you can provide the input at static time. Now you know how to go for the runtime as well. So right now our main agenda is not to go at runtime or static time, main agenda is to handle like a sequential file organization using file handling operations, right? So I'm going in that aspect. So I'm going with the static inputs. So in this way, you will be able to add the data. Then to fetch the data, I'm calling get all employees, this function, right? So here I'm calling that loop. I'm going with this for loop. So whatever the data will be available, that will be printed down. And then I'm trying to go with the ID 1002, whether it's available or not. So here 1002 is available, right? So it will search throughout the records. So it will call search employee function, and just we have seen the logic of that. And if the record is available, it will print a particular employee is found, else it's not found. Okay, only that is the thing. Now my storage location of this program is over here, this one. This is the program, right? And you can observe that there is no db file over here, right? Now if I try to execute this thing, run module. Okay, so I got this records, Sritika Chandra, Om Yadav, Himanshi, and 1002. I was trying to search it over here, so it's been found, right? So 1002 is the record of Om Yadav with 60,000 salary. Now let's check whether DB file is created or not. So let's go over here. You can observe DB file is created. So in this way, you can work it out. Now there can be multiple variations in this program. The thing is that you can go with the switch operations. It's fine. You can go with like switching to runtime inputs. You can go with that one as well. But whole logic will be like this one. I hope it's clear. Even if you are having any doubt in any of the functions or if, in the logic, please get in touch with me. Thank you.